Hi there everybody. Today we're going to be doing a textured landscape drawing inspired by Grant Wood. So here is one quick example that I just whipped up a minute ago. In Grant Wood's paintings he has these rolling hills, like over-exaggerated kind of rolling hill landscapes that keep going and going and going into the background. So what we want to do is divide our page up into several of these nice rolling hills, and in each of these sections, these segments on our page, we're going to put a different texture by doing some rubbings. So if you want to, for this project, we're going to be just using plain computer paper because it's thin. We don't want to use anything heavy like cardstock or watercolor paper. We're going to be using markers, colored pencils, and or crayons. It just so happens I don't have any crayons at my house. I don't know why, but I have oil pastels instead to use. But if you have crayons, go ahead and use those. Your first challenge is to go around your house and find things that have different textures. I have this woven piece here that has, that grid shaped texture. I don't even know what this is, a little plastic net thing. I have a bag that onions came in that has an interesting texture to it. And then I found a piece of birch bark on the ground and this paper doily. So I did a little experimenting with these different textures, and sometimes marker works on the texture when you put this textured piece under your paper and rub it with a crayon or a marker. Sometimes the markers work well, sometimes there's a marker. Sometimes the oil pastels work and the markers don't work. So I would suggest you do an experimental page and go search around your house, find some interesting textures, and do a little experiment with each thing. So I've got an oil pastel. Yeah, I guess it's sort of, I can sort of see a pattern coming through there. Can you see that pattern there? Just hold it up closer. That comes from rubbing the side of my oil pastel on the paper that's over the textured piece. So go ahead and do some experiments with texture and see if you decide you want to use colored pencil for some of them, marker for others, or crayons for others. And then your second step is going to be to divide up your page with a pencil here, and just think about Benzie County. We go out and we can look at all those beautiful apple orchards and cherry orchards and the sky off in the distance, and sometimes you can even see Lake Michigan or the dunes. So I'm going to do some big exaggerated sections on my paper, and each one of these sections get an opportunity to put a different texture in there. And then you can leave some part for sky if you'd like as well.